Yeah, it almost felt like we were talking. It almost felt like I was coaching a like USHL game again. Like it was chaotic, a lot of penalties, a lot of emotion in the game. But yeah, it was. You don't see very many. It was hard to get in. Just so many penalties, 4-on-4. That happens sometimes in hockey, but yeah, it was a high event game for sure.
You like the response by your guys? I mean, they didn't really back down. So
Yeah, they did a good job, Rosie, getting in there, Oz, getting in there. Yeah, you want to see that, especially from guys that have played pro hockey before. So it was good.
But at the same time, where was the breakdown? It was completely different third period from the first and second.
Yeah, I
What
just
changed going to the third period or in the third period?
yeah, I just think. I mean, I actually thought we played better than yesterday. I mean, we had 47 shots. We probably missed the net 20 times. I think some of those D that have never, and this is nothing against them, but you haven't played pro. I guess in a pro hockey game, it's pretty overwhelming at times, and I think at times their probably head was spinning. You just had too many, just careless, almost handing them goals, and it just that's what happens sometimes. But I did like the. It'll be interesting to watch the game back because we did have a lot of great A's in front of the net. We just either shot it over the net or didn't execute, especially in the power play. I think special teams had a huge effect on the game. They scored a shorthanded goal. We're changing. Um, we scored the backdoor power play goal, and then we didn't score on a 5-on-3. I think we had 4-on-3 and a 5-on-3. And usually, when you don't score on those, hockey gods aren't on your side, and you don't win too many games if you don't score on the power play. But yeah, it was just one of those games, just things we got to clean up. A lot of learning experience for a lot of guys that haven't played in an environment like that. So we'll watch the game back and then have some video for the guys tomorrow, some teaching stuff.
you let that edge that Noah had. I mean,
Yeah, I did. He's probably a guy that you're not going to see drop the gloves too many times, but anytime, a scrum like that happens, a teammate, you want to have guys be in there and appreciate him and Rosie, especially Rosie. Rosie was on the other side of the ice, skated all the way over, so that was good to see.
Yesterday, you said your returners have a lot more to give. How would you evaluate how that group responded today?
Um, I thought they were better. I still think that they could be better for sure, especially on the power play. Like we haven't been really dangerous. There was a time it was more the second unit today, but I think if you ask them, they would probably say the same thing. Just more attack mentality. They lost a lot of face-offs tonight when we put those guys together, so you're chasing it a bit. Um, but hopefully they, respond well. We got a practice day tomorrow and then another game on Monday.
As you reach or near the end of Prospects Challenge, I mean, whether it be the practice or that last game against Pittsburgh, what would you like to see out of this group?
Probably more of a any time you give up 7 goals in a game, um, it's, you're not going to win too many. Especially with you score 4 and you have close to 50 shots on goal. Those are games you have to win. It's more away from the puck, just odd man rushes, not being responsible in your own zone, coming in the slot. So those are things, probably just a cleanup away from the puck, just the egregious plays that happen in the back of your net. The last game it was 1-0 with 4 minutes left. We get turnover, it's in back of your net. So I think overall it's just a lot of learning, especially for a lot of young players, just the margin for error. Whether it's junior hockey, major junior, you can get away with some stuff, but then you get to an environment like this, and it's even more magnified when you start playing NHL preseason games. When you make mistakes, it's usually going to end up in a grade A scoring chance or in the back of your net.
what stood up?
Although I said second period again, it was very trippy, very emotional. First, Laney is okay after that?
Yeah, he is okay. He's okay. It was. You never want to see those plays. It's. I think they're trying to get it out of the game. The cross checks and the numbers, especially off the wall, it's really dangerous because you can go in the wall. But he was okay.
But at the same time, it's the situations. They got a lot of young guys on, first-time guys on NHLs. Why are those situations important in the kind of growth process? The scrum.
Yeah, no, it
standing
is.
up for
It
your
is,
teammates.
it is a good question because it is a different environment. Some of the guys that haven't played before in this, it's a lot faster. There's less time and space, and it's a lot more physical. So when they go back to their junior teams or wherever they go, they've kind of been in the fire before, and I think it's really good, especially when you a little bit of adversity is always good for younger players, I think. So a lot of things that we could learn from, especially with our young guys, even our older guys.
I know
Well,
Rice.
Oslet scored tonight, you probably saw a few times. This
Yeah.
season and last year. When he has that space and he's able to accelerate like that, I sense he's.
Yeah, I thought he got going in the second half. He had the puck a lot more, and I think he's really worked hard in the offseason on getting that extra step. It's really good play. Like, he has the ability in tight to get pucks over goalies, and it was really good to see.
You obviously go way back with Red.
Yeah.
What impressed you about his play tonight?
Yeah, I thought Red was our best player tonight. I thought he was relentless, never stops, scored a goal, made a big-time play on the penalty kill, and that's just Red. And Red hasn't played hockey in 9 months. He had a pretty, missed half his senior year, a lot of rehab, but, that's just Red. He's a winning hockey player, and no matter the environment, the game, he's always going to do whatever he can to help his team win.
What stood out about Ryerson early? He made a lot of saves in the first.
Yeah, he did. It was unfortunate that, we kind of hung him out to dry on some of them, especially the back door. But he looked good from last year to this year. I think he's taken huge steps in his game. He's one of the best goalies in the OHL, and it was good to see him. I don't necessarily look at one was an empty netter. There's a few he didn't have a chance on. There's some things he's got to work on and clean up, but I thought he had a good game.
Leo, Red said that one of the main reasons he wanted to sign here was to play for you, and said that we were talking to him pregame, he's like, I've loved Michael Leone for 6 years. What stood out 6 years ago when you first worked with him?
Yeah, I think everybody just wants like a winning hockey player, like someone who's been a captain everywhere he's been. He does all the things that, the selfless acts in a team game that he go unnoticed sometimes, whether it's face off, chip a puck out at the end of the game, block a shot. Red's all about the team, and it's good to see our staff to get to see him play because, it's one thing I've coached him, I know him really well, but to show, who he is as a person, player, and make a name for himself, and, his play speaks for itself.
Yesterday you raved about your USHL line. Tonight it was the college line, Constantini, Kopp, Red as well. What do you think that group did well, particularly?
Yeah, I just thought they were skating. They were getting in on the forecheck. I thought they hung on to a lot more pucks in the O-zone, which allowed them to get extended time. Last game was a lot of hope plays behind the goal line, and then you turn the puck over. Now you're chasing. They got to play defense, but I thought they did a really good job, just getting after pucks and using their body to keep pucks alive in the O-zone, and I thought they had a really good third period.
Do you know about Matus and the ability he's been able to make an impact away from the puck so far?
Yeah, no, he's been really impressive. I think tonight he probably, I call it little kid hockey sometimes when you're trying to do too much and hang on to the puck too long, instead of distributing it and then going to support the puck. But he has really raw ability. He's probably 6'1". Could put on a lot of weight. There's a lot of tools there. He's really smart. He's going to be a really, really good player down the road.